This is Dan from Action Figure Magic, and today we're going to be taking a look at Super 7 Ultimates G.I. Joe Snake Eyes figure. I absolutely love the Super 7 Ultimates Thundercats line. They're probably one of my favorite. This is my very first of the G.I. Joe, but I'm a huge collector of classic G.I. Joes and G.I. Joe Classified, so let's see how this guy ranks up. So he's got a very clean, cartoonish look, which I absolutely love. His articulation is really smooth. If you know any of the other Super 7 Ultimates figures, you know that the articulation on them is pretty perfect. And this guy is even more special because he comes with a pet. So this is Timber. The one thing I noticed just looking at him is he's a little bit more realistic than Snake Eyes, where Snake Eyes is closer to the cartoonish comic look. Timber almost looks like he could be designed almost like for a G.I. Joe Classified, which is kind of the more realistic, which they don't, in my opinion, they don't match too well, but I'm not going to say no to a Timber figure, especially a well articulated wolf. So look at that. We got his hind legs move. We got some Tootsie articulation, so those go back and forth. He can open up his arms to give dog hugs, and no mouth articulation, but I'm okay with that. And he's got neck articulation. So I'm going to have so much fun with this guy with stop motions. And the rest of the box, let's just take a quick look at that. We got all the accessories in there, which are very well hidden in the window box after all the boxes that you have to take it out of, a box within a box. And we've got some images from the cartoon on the back where you can see just kind of where this design came from. It's a cool little map computer background. You've got the file card information, and yeah, just Super 7 always goes above and beyond with the packaging of the Ultimates figures, so this one is no exception. It's pretty amazing. And let's open it up and take a look at all those fun accessories. And you might be thinking to yourself, most ninjas or soldiers don't wear this particular color scheme, but Snake Eyes chose to wear the blue and the purple, and you don't see that very often, to which I say, exactly. A camouflage master. Alright, so we got all the good stuff. It's a double plastic pack of all sorts of goodies. Got a pretty cool explosion background in there. And there's all the bonus hands that Snake Eyes comes with. So we're gonna have a fun time checking those out, playing with those. So I'd say let's take a closer look. Looks like we've got the gun hand with the trigger. Then we have this kind of thumbs up hand. I'm not quite sure what that would be for. It's not really fighting. It's not really holding something. Actually, I have an idea. I think I know what these actually might be for. Actually, I could say with confidence, I know exactly what these are for because this is Snake Eyes, and it doesn't really apply to any other figure, which is why you wouldn't see these particular hands in any other figure. So I will show you exactly how we can use these. And the secret lies in his furry friend. So we've got Timber up here, and if you look at those hands, you know exactly what he's doing. He's scratching that good boy. Him and Timber go way back. They're best friends. He's petting him, he's giving him the scratch, he's making him feel like the good boy that he is. And then look at that. The hand also doubles as a pat on the head. Good boy. Timber's amazing. Snake Eye shows his love. These are affection hands right there. And sure, he's got a bunch of other hands, like punching hands and other gun hands, but after you got the good boy hands, you don't really need to put anything else in there. And G.I. Joe figures are notorious for their backpacks, and Snake Eyes' backpack looks like a helium tank. So Snake Eyes does not say much. He's a notoriously silent character, but when he does talk, he likes to do so in a high-pitched voice. So he has the helium tank that he carries around that he can just take a little sip off of, and then he can sound like Mickey Mouse or Alvin and the Chipmunks, whatever cartoon reference you want to do. That's what Snake Eyes does. It's part of his charm. It's one of his character gimmicks. And the commitment that he goes through to just carry this thing around with him while he's doing his ninja-ing and sword fighting and timber scratching, it's commitment. That's the dedication you see in G.I. Joe. You definitely would not see a Cobra character carrying around a helium tank for something like that. The next accessory that Snake Eyes has is a thermos of tomato soup, so he can stop for a quick snack and not have to interrupt his ninja-ing. He's always prepared. Snake Eyes also has what looks like a walkie-talkie, and you might be asking yourself, who would Snake Eyes call? And of course, he would call the Ghostbusters. Oh, hey Egon. Oh, hey, Snake Eyes, how's it going? That's a terrible Egon impression, but I'm already through it. We've got two more accessories left. We've got his two weapons. So this looks like a bat gun. So he probably stole it from Batman in one of the classic adventures that he had with the Cape Crusader. And it's kind of cool. It's like a pistol looking thing. And we can put that in one of his gun grippy hands. So while I like the dog scratching hands, I think for now, just to show him holding the accessories, I will swap them out and then immediately change them back once he's ready for display. And last but not least, he's got his mega gun. So this is just a massive gun that you would expect a ninja to be traveling around with. So we've got his last grippy hand with the trigger finger on there, and similar to the bat gun, we'll just we'll see how he looks with it in there. It looks pretty awesome. I'm surprised that they didn't give him any swords or kind of ninja weapon, which I know this was taken from a particular scene, particular design style where he probably didn't have those weapons in it, but it's Snake Eyes, so you'd hope that he gets at least one sword. So let's see how he compares against the G.I. Joe classified figures. Super 7 Ultimates figures are in general a little bit taller, larger scale than the G.I. Joe classified figures. So you can see against Dr. Mindbender, who's a relatively normal sized character, he does look a lot taller then. But now we take one of the larger G.I. Joe classified, like Sergeant Slaughter or even an Alley Viper, and see how he compares against those. They're actually, they look like they could be scaled together. They can be in the same line. Snake Eyes does look much taller. So the Snake Eyes character in G.I. Joe classified will be smaller, but you could display them, do stop motions with them, do videos together. It's not going to look weird. And then we have the classic G.I. Joe figure for comparison. Looks like he's his son or a baby. Papa? Yep, Snake Eyes is now a dad. And he'll tuck him in at night and make sure that he doesn't wake up screaming with snake cries. And he'll soothe him and tell him everything's going to be okay with other little white snake lies. But what he really should have said is, stop riding the dog, because you know what Snake Eyes always wants to do. He wants to ride Timber, but he's too big. But now little Snake Eyes, oh, he could ride Timber all day long. So there we have it. Super 7 Ultimates, G.I. Joe. Really enjoyed these. Fantastic. Fit well with the G.I. Joe Classified. So you get Timber with them. I would definitely pick up Snake Eyes if you like these guys. Thanks for watching.